Hey Les, so we are here today. We are going to talk to you guys about why people are still moving here to the Las Vegas area. We're briefly going to talk to you about the stats, what's still happening here as far as currently going on here in the Las Vegas area. And then at the end of the video, we're just going to briefly talk to you about why we still see people coming to our beautiful stat or to our beautiful state. So with that, Les, we're jumping into the stats for May. How crazy is that? We are already in June, but we're talking about May. We're halfway done. We're halfway done. So
Okay.
the no, it's craziness, craziness. All right, so we're jumping in, Les. We're gonna hold it and share our screen in regards to what's happening with our stats, Les, today. So we're jumping in for the May 2026 scenario. What do we have for these great folks today?
Well, we've got our units sold, single family,
Mhm.
uh, 2066. So it's down a little bit
Okay.
from April
Okay.
and down a little bit year over year, insignificant
Right.
amount.
Yeah.
Um, the thing is, we went up in the median price to 490.
In case there's someone out there that really isn't understanding what that median necessarily means. So if we can explain that a little for them.
So median is the exact midpoint of
Right.
the sales. So
Okay.
you've got sales that were higher, and you've got sales that half of them are lower.
Gotcha.
So that's in between the half that's higher, the half that's lower, and that's about as oversimplified as I can give it to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah. So at least people understand and know what we're thinking. Hopefully, you guys aren't hearing my landscapers and all kind of, or landscaping in the backyard. There's blowers out there for some reason. So hopefully, you guys aren't hearing that. But yeah, that middle point in aggregate, taking everything into consideration, where is that middle point in regards to the pricing right now, as far as those units that were sold, is what that median comes from. All right, moving on from that list. Thank you for that definition.
You got it. And then so we took 3309 new listings,
Okay.
which again was down
Hmm.
from April and down year over year,
Yeah.
7%.
Yeah.
These are not huge numbers.
Right.
This, folks, this is a normal market.
Right.
It's a normal market. We have 3.3 months of effective months of availability of inventory.
Right.
So even if we didn't take another listing, we would still have enough to churn through for 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
The, Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that that 3.3 in a sense is like, we hear as professionals, we know that number can be once we get over that 4 to 6 month kind of number as far as months of availability, that's when we feel like we have a little bit more of a balanced market, meaning that buyers and sellers, they both have a little bit of a say in regards to how the transaction is moving. Are we still seeing with 3.3% worth of inventory being out there, where are we seeing the power sort of lay? Is it more towards the seller side? Is it more towards the buyer side? It's really going to depend on, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here or add to it, Les. It almost depends on neighborhoods. It depends on specifically where each
Yeah.
neighborhood in that market looks. You could be at a higher price point. You could be at a lower price point. You could be in a gated area. You could be at a nicer gated area. You could be at a nicer ungated area.
Yeah.
All of that is going to be very different in that sense. But for right now, are we seeing somewhat of a balanced market? Are our buyers coming in, understanding and feeling like they can come in and do some negotiations? Do our sellers still feel like they can try to negotiate? Yes, I feel like we're still seeing a little bit of that for both of them, Les. What would
Oh,
you think of that?
oh, for sure, for sure. And the thing to look at too is that 58% of the new listings
Yeah,
taken in May sold in the first 30 days.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's big.
And
I mean,
that,
58%. We're getting back to that 61 that we had before. So
yeah,
that's yeah.
yeah, exactly. Um, I don't want to convolute it. However, I would say that we've been noticing that there's a lot of price decreases going on.
This is true.
So people are still coming to the market at a higher figure that's not realistic and what buyers are willing to pay.
Correct.
So we're still seeing that out there.
Right.
But we still had 1,700 homes go under contract in May. And, like my friend JJ loves to say, the real estate math is that's like what, 3,400
34, 34,
people
3,500. Yeah.
that decided to buy or sell.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So when people are saying, you know, the market's stalled and nothing's happening, that you need to ask the 3,400 people why they decided to buy or sell.
Yeah, yeah. And again, like we always say, Liz, we're not here to convince people to buy in a market. We're here to be available when people have decided that this is going to be their time to do something in the market. And a
Yeah,
lot of people, as we always know, they still have things that are happening in their life. Life is lifing for a lot of people that makes them become a seller, that makes them become buyers,
yeah,
where their need is there. And those are the people that we are still seeing no matter what may be happening in the world. I mean, a lot of people can't believe that, a war is going on and people are still buying real estate, that, tariffs are out there and people are still buying real estate. Life is still lifing for a lot of people. People are still looking at it, either this as an opportunity or still people are looking at this as a need to participate market. And that is
yeah,
definitely still happening. And you were making that point, Liz, as well, where you said, where we're seeing those price adjustments, where we are seeing the median, that median word again, where we see 520,000 is what sellers are coming to the market listing their properties, hoping that they're going to be able to get their properties sold for around that 520 amount. But like you said, Les, we're seeing a lot of those adjustments happening. We're seeing a lot of people come to the market
yeah.
and adjusting their price because, as you said earlier, what is actually selling is more around 490,000.
Mhm.
So that's like a good $30,000 even right
Yeah,
there. It's a
yeah.
smaller number that we've seen it before in the past, but there's a $30,000 difference, and that difference is mentality, that difference is in motivation in regards to how these sellers are coming to the market, and they're making those price adjustments to meet what's truly happening in the market. So thoughts you have there, Les?
Well, I tell you what, if I was a buyer, I'd be looking at those days on the market.
Yeah.
And because that's public knowledge, the days on the market.
Right.
And of course, I'm going to go after a home that I want and fits my needs and all that good stuff.
Hmm.
However, when I put my negotiator's hat on and I say, okay, you've been out there for 40 days and almost 60% of the market has sold in the first 30 days.
Right.
To me, as a buyer, that seems like an opportunity to me.
Right.
Um, Keeping in mind, too, that people are not just going to discount their house
Correct.
a big, huge number because they've been out there for a while. Some will.
Right.
Therefore, we're seeing price decreases like crazy.
Correct.
But they just missed the mark when they came to the market.
Yep.
But like I say, on a buyer side, yeah, I think there's opportunities the longer people sit. Especially, here's a clue for you.
Mm.
I'll give you a little tease. If they've been listed several times,
Right.
not just the 40 days they're out there, for an example, but they could have been out there 30, 60, 90, 120 days before that.
Right.
So you can look at the accumulation and see, just saying, there's a free tip for you.
Yep.
Call us.
Yeah, and that's something that we can help you out as far as letting you look at truly the history of the market and seeing if it's been on the market a couple of times with the same agent, different agents, or whatever it may be. And if it's constantly being listed, and you can maybe see what they listed before and now where they listed are now, that could be, like Leslie's saying, that huge opportunity in regards to you as a potential buyer being able to come in and get, maybe even a smaller, more benefit or discount in regards to purchasing that property. So
Help
that's
with
the,
closing costs
yep,
or,
exactly. Yeah. All of those things are still going on. We're still seeing sellers still contribute towards closing costs. We're still
yeah,
seeing sellers help people buy down their rates, all of those different types of things. So make sure you're reaching out to your local agent. Make sure you're reaching out to agents like ourselves that understand Las Vegas, understand Henderson, North Las Vegas, all those kind of great things, the Summerlin area. And we'll be able to help you put together your strategy and your plan in regards to why you want to be involved in this current market when you need to, when you would like to participate in this current market. So just to switch up a little bit, Les, now let's take them to a little bit about why people may still be purchasing here in the Las Vegas area. So why folks are still buying here in the Las Vegas area?
well, when you look at other markets, that 490 median price,
Yeah,
that's a huge,
yeah,
that's a huge thing.
right,
Meaning you have more bought, you could buy more home for your dollar here
yeah,
than you can, let's say, in Orange County. Love you,
right,
Orange County. but your prices, you know, are high compared to Las Vegas. Other marketplaces like Seattle, same thing. There's affordability factor as
Right.
to why people are coming here, and that's huge. But there's so many other reasons why.
Yeah.
There's no state income tax in the state of Nevada.
Right.
That's savings.
Huge
You
savings.
know,
And I think we're
yeah,
like close to like 13, 14% as far as what like folks from California may be experiencing when they come here in regards to putting that money back in their pockets, which is a huge thing. So,
yeah, exactly. You've got obviously we're, you know, the land of entertainment here. So you've got all your shows up and down the strip. You've got things happening off strip.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
the sports that's going on. I'm a sports lover. We have the Las Vegas Aces, our ladies basketball team, three-time champion. We have the Vegas Golden Knights, who are back in as the Stanley Cup in the Stanley Cup Finals right now. We may be
yeah,
taking on number two, so we'll see how that goes. The A's are opening up their stadium. That's
yeah,
really huge here, so that's being built, and they're running a few games at our current Vegas ballpark against a few folks here. So a lot is going on as far as sports and everything else that's bringing people here as well. So definitely agree with you. And what do you think about the outdoors here, Les?
I mean, people say, oh my gosh, no, let's just say it's 120 degrees. Well, it's not that hot today,
No.
but it can be
Yeah,
120
can
degrees.
get
Well,
there.
here's the reality. You have 12 months of the year, right? So you got 3 months that are a little iffy.
Right.
And you can still find things to do that
100%.
you know don't bake your brains out. The lake is nice and cold. You can take your paddle boards, your kayaks, and go out there and cool off. Go down
Full,
to the
full
river.
season and everything else.
Pool season, you can. They're literally practically giving cabanas away at some of the hotels,
Yeah,
wanting locals. They're giving locals deep, huge discounts to
yeah,
rent a cabana for the day. Which, if you haven't done that,
that's
it is a lot of
amazing.
fun, and you should.
Yeah. So when you're
Bunch of
moving
your
here from
friends together.
California, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
say it again, that last part.
bunch of your friends together and go get a place at one of the hotels
Yeah,
as far as you know the pool time. So
exactly.
that's just we've got national parks here.
Right,
If you're a hiker or you like to dirt bike or off-road biking or whatever, that's not my thing.
right.
Whatever you do, there's camping. There's hot springs all over the
Um,
state.
yeah,
So if you're an outdoorsy person or you want to rappel and rock, you can do that. So
yeah,
there's a lot more going on. And again, 9 months of being able to be outside and you know, amazing weather,
yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah. And then, I mean, and most people, for some reason, and not for some reason, I get it. It's the desert. When you think about Las Vegas, it's the desert. But we're more than a desert. We have grass, we have trees, we have lakes, we have water, we have all of those ponds and
Yeah,
beautiful things like that here in the Las Vegas area that most people just don't know. I mean, and when you get away from the strip, that's when people really get blown away. When they get into some of our neighborhoods, they get into some of our areas, they get into some of our parks. Mount Charleston, that tends to be during the summer probably 10, 15, 20 degrees cooler than what's actually happening here in the valley, that so many people take advantage of that during the season. So there's a lot more to Las Vegas. And there's a lot of reasons that people are still moving here. The lifestyle just really suits a lot of people. I definitely, when I first moved here from California, then from New York the second time around, I did not enjoy Las Vegas whatsoever. I did not. I'll be very honest and very open about that. Did not enjoy it. But I lived around the strip. For me, I lived directly on the strip. I came here for entertainment, so we were living around the strip. When I moved a little bit further away from the strip the second time around, fell in love with the city, fell in love with the amount and how much further my money went and what I was able to do. Bought my first home here. Won't tell you how much I bought my home for. It will upset you. I promise you it will. But now the value of that home has increased and everything else. So I planted myself in that sense. And we still feel like so many people look at Vegas as affordable. California, people moving from California, people moving from Seattle, people moving from all those different areas are still seeing huge, huge, huge value in regards to what's happening here in Las Vegas. So we hope that gave you some insight. We hope that gave you some understanding of what's currently happening in the market. We're still doing that stay kind of thing for a little bit here, but at the same time, even though it's sort of stay, still know, like Les just said, 3,400 people decided to do something with the real estate during that month. That's 3,400 people. That's a lot of people still doing something with the real estate. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. pass this on to someone else in regards to who's thinking about moving here to the Las Vegas area. Hopefully, this can be insightful for them. This can be helpful for them. They can reach out to us, all that kind of great stuff. Anything else, Les, before we let them go?
Well, and don't forget, we're international. You can be anywhere from Las Vegas, sometimes in a few hours. If
Exactly.
you want to go to the beach for the afternoon, you've got a 45-minute flight
Right.
or a 4-hour drive until they put Amtrak in
Yeah.
or the Express,
Yeah.
and then you'll be able to get back and forth faster. So
Exactly.
from OC, know that you can get here and back pretty darn quick.
And you can get in early before it really starts to blow up once we get those things all situated and everything else. So
Yeah.
with yeah, so with that being said, thank you guys for your time. We will see you in our next video. Take care.